to take you live right now to the police officer's briefing. This is Director Mike Bruno, who is about to address the media with the latest information that they have. As you see, he's getting mic'd up there. That's Melissa Buhados, the public information officer. Of course, a very emotional moment. One of their own officers shot in the line of duty. Let's listen in.
Go ahead, Director, whenever you are ready.
All righty. At approximately 4:30 today, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office K-9 officers and patrol officers from Jacksonville's west side were patrolling the area of Old Middleburg and Fire Tower Road looking for a robbery suspect. This is the same robbery suspect that in the last 2 days has robbed the Wells Fargo Bank and the Atlantic Coast Federal Credit Union that we reported to the media. While officers were in that area, they observed the suspect in the vehicle that was used for those robberies. As that information was being relayed to the other officers in the area, the suspect got out of that vehicle and got into a silver vehicle that was being driven by a white female. As officers attempted to stop that vehicle, the female fled the area and a short pursuit was initiated. The pursuit lasted for approximately 2 miles, with the K-9 officer being the lead vehicle. As that pursuit was unfolding, the K-9 officer came up on the radio and said that shots were being fired. There were multiple bullet strikes to the K-9 vehicle, to his windshield, and to the front fender area. As the vehicles approached Buttercup and Old Middleburg Road, the pursuit was terminated. It either terminated with a crash or lawful intervention. We're still working through the details of that, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So the pursuit was terminated at Buttercup and Old Middleburg Road. As the officers went to engage the suspect, he stepped out of the passenger side of the vehicle. Shooting ensued. An officer was transported from the scene with a bullet strike to the face, actually to the chin area, and we're still getting updates on that officer as he's getting treatment. The suspect was transported from the scene. He is deceased. There was also a civilian that was transported from the scene from a traffic crash, and like I said, we're still trying to determine if that was a result of the suspect vehicle striking it or something that the officers did, and I'll take any questions.
Anybody have any questions?
How is the officer doing right now? I know you're getting updates, but how is he doing? What's his condition?
I saw him at the hospital. He's having a hard time speaking, but he is speaking. So, you know, listen, we're very fortunate. He's blessed to have sustained that kind of injury and to be, you know, able to talk, to sit up, and to communicate with others. Seemed in great spirits. So, like I said, he's blessed.
The suspect is deceased. Do we know where he was shot?
I don't have that information. Like I said, it's still early, and that's developing, and he's at a separate hospital from the officer.
Director, when the suspect left one vehicle and got into the other vehicle, did the female get into the second vehicle with him?
She initially, to the reports that I have, was not in the original vehicle. The suspect was driving the robbery vehicle that was used, or the vehicle that was used in the robberies. She was not seen by the officers until the silver vehicle, until he got into the passenger side of the silver vehicle.
To give us a better idea, how many police cars were involved in the pursuit?
Right now, I have a K-9 officer that was in the initial portion of it, a marked unit, and there's an unmarked unit that's at the scene. There are other vehicles, but at the initial pursuit piece, that's what's there in our inner perimeter right now.
During the pursuit, did the K-9 officer administer a pit maneuver, or did anybody use stop sticks? We're
still trying to determine that because the K-9 officer was shot, and we haven't had an opportunity to get information from him because obviously he's getting treatment. So we haven't been able to ascertain that, and the streets are very narrow down there, so it's even the officers that were secondary in the pursuit, you know, we want to talk to the K-9 officer and get the right information.
Was the dog injured at all in the incident?
Not to my knowledge. Nobody's had any mention of the dog suffering any injuries.
Director, I know we're very early in this investigation. However, can you talk about how further updates will be available tomorrow?
Absolutely. We're going to do we're actually going to do an update this evening. We're going to get some additional information, and we will do an update this evening, and we'll put that information out so that everybody has it in time to respond there.
About that woman, where is she right now? What's her status?
Which woman?
The girlfriend that was initially in the vehicle.
Well, obviously there's a lot of information that we need to get from her, what her involvement is and that kind of stuff. So as soon as we can get detectives to talk to her and determine, like I said, as this is unfolding, as we can get that information, we'll get that.
How did you guys identify the original car that the suspect was in?
The robbery detectives have been working this case and actually relayed that information to the patrol officers in the area. So,
what charges now is the suspect faced? Well, he's obviously he's dead, but what I guess what charges, what could now come from this with the other victim, the other suspect?
Well, there's a variety of charges that could be levied. We're still working through those. So it's a little early to speak in regards to that, but obviously we've got a policeman that's shot, and that's a serious injury and a serious, crime. So certainly he faces that.
What's going on as far as the investigation of officers on the scene right now?
I'm sorry?
What's going on as far as officers, their investigation on the scene now? We have helicopters going up. What's
right.
kind of the...
Well, they're photographing the scene. They're photographing the area, trying to take it as it sits right now. So that's the purpose of the air unit and trying to take those pictures of the scene. We've got officers interviewing people in the area, anybody that may be a witness, those kinds of things. We've also, it's a complex investigation with multiple officers that were involved, so there's people that need to be interviewed and just, a lot of stuff to still do.
Any rough idea how many people maybe saw this?
I don't know how many people were out in the yards or what. Like, we're trying to hurry up and get the information out, so some of those people may have gone back inside, so we'll initiate a canvass as this unfolds to see if there's any other people. Plus, like I said, you have a pursuit route that lasted 2 miles, so, that kind of complicates.
Director Bruno, so can you confirm the number of suspects that we had one dead? Is there the female, is she another suspect in this case?
We're still working through that. We don't know that. It's still too early, way too early to call her that. She, like I said, she was the driver of the vehicle. That's not to say she wasn't forced or that she wasn't a co-defendant in this. We're still working through that information, and so we'll wait and see how that unfolds.
You're releasing names of the suspects?
We're not releasing names because with the next of kin notification and some of the other elements that are there, it's still way too early for that.
For people living within that perimeter right now, any idea how much longer this might take for them to be able to get back to their homes?
The scene, obviously, like I said, it's a complex scene. There's evidence throughout the scene, the vehicles, because of, like I said, either the crash or the lawful intervention. The suspect vehicle spun out, and it's in the driveway of a residence. Really, this is like a homicide investigation. So it's going to unfold like that, and it's going to be a while, but we've rerouted traffic and worked to close off the area to try to get people out of the congested areas.
Did you release the name of the officer just yet?
We will later, as we make sure that those notifications have been made.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you.